Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of The Aftermath. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm joined by Dylan. And this is a very special episode.
He is returned.
He is returned. Oh, cheers. Okay.
That was my beer on the way.
My beer.
Ethan has joined us back, and
Clink.
he has a lot to talk about, apparently. Both
yeah.
Dylan and Ethan have a lot to talk about.
I did not say I had a lot to talk about.
Motherfucker, we got some mileage to run. What are you talking
You
about?
sat here and said, I want to talk about X, I want to talk about Y, I want to talk about... And I was like, oh, shit. Here, I'll roll the red carpet for you.
It was a joke. It was a joke. The I never said I had a lot to talk about, said the man on a podcast. It was a joke.
Shut up,
Who's literally been on like 100 episodes.
Everybody talks on podcasts.
I don't have a lot to talk about. I have a little bit.
But my
Little bit
I
goes
need
a
your
long
help.
way.
You need to
China.
kill me.
Wrong. Wrong. I watch so many anime. I have so much to talk about, but not a lot.
I've
Not a
lost
lot
my
talk
will
about.
to
They
live.
always say, Don, why do you have so much to talk about? And I'm like, I just watch too much anime. People want to hear what I have to say. That's all I got to say. I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry that I have... Wait, how long have we been on? Has it been a minute yet?
Yes, it has been.
I'm sorry that I have a huge dick and I'm right about everything as if it's my fault. As if it's my fault.
Okay, here we go.
Jesus.
It's been a minute.
Welcome back.
Hey, at least I checked first.
Thank you.
I saw a
better
meme,
than I could
by the
say.
way, that was like, it was a post on Twitter, and it was like, has anybody ever thought about like anti podcasting? You get a bunch of guys together, you have a few drinks, no mics, no recording, and you have an open forum discussion. And the top comment was, local tech bro just finds out what hanging out is for everyone else.
my man just deconstructed chilling
He
with
just
the boys.
found out what chilling with the bros is, and I
Right.
was like, "Yeah, we do that, except we record it. That's literally
Fucking
it.
idiot.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
You guys, there's so much content that's being missed because we do this all the time.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, I just don't record it, and that's you're not gonna.
Hey,
sorry.
there's been a lot of missed opportunities
You-
with the About Nothing podcast.
There have been. There have been. Okay.
What the hell is the About Nothing
Also,
podcast?
did he just gentrify the About Nothing podcast?
I
he
did
said
not.
he said about.
Oh my
God.
Sorry.
What a faux pas.
It's apostrophe about nothing. First off, all right. Jot
You
that
understand.
Well, how would I know? It's like it's been around.
Touche.
I want to do a beer tasting.
It's not like it's been about.
It's not like it's been about. Yeah, it's just the nothing. yeah.
the was about nothing.
Yeah. It sure
Uh-huh.
was. It sure was the About Nothing podcast.
I want to do a
it's
beer
still-
tasting where we select it. We do another blind
I
tasting.
mean, you have those,
of-
whatever the hell they are in the fridge. I want to try
Bruh,
them.
they're
Whatever
good.
They all look good, but I didn't think they were cheap, so that's why I didn't try them.
They're-
Those fucking what have
Yeah.
yous.
Anyways,
Yeah. So I
You can.
I have been.
Don't tempt me.
We have been watching. Me and Dylan. Are you playing your gacha game on your phone on the podcast right now?
no, call them out, dude.
Yeah, it's your phone's. I'm just saying. It
I don't
seems
play
like-
gotcha games. What the fuck are you talking about? Don't ever compare me with those fucking cretins.
Okay, sorry. You play some other game.
No.
Okay. All right.
There's
All right.
shade
that's fine.
being thrown.
That's fine.
I'm either going, hey guys,
That's fine.
calm down.
Shut up.
Calm down.
Dylan plays gacha games.
Motherfucking bitch.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. And my favorite.
Dylan has never been so loud. Except whenever Ethan's around. I can't
You
get
bring out the best in me.
I can't control the levels of this damn podcast.
My favorite pastime is
Stop,
making things that
stop
Ian has to edit and post.
Holy shit. Absolutely ruining my microphones. Damn.
My favorite pastime is making things that Ian has to edit and post. Oh man,
It might not have even picked up.
God, yeah, that'd be really funny too. If there's just there's a weird garbled silence in the podcast.
I've never
'cause we
heard
tore
of
up
my
his mic.
microphones crackle so much.
Oh,
Anyways.
yeah, so me and Dylan have been watching shows, and
We
since
got
the
a
last
fucking
time.
track record going.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
since the last time we were on, and it's not even because it's been. I mean, it has been a while, but it's not like it's been particularly longer than any other gap of time between me being on the podcast.
Right.
So it's not like it's been that crazy long comparatively since I've been on the podcast. But I just every once in a while, because I'm like I'm not that big of an anime guy. Said the guy on the podcast.
Right. How many shows do you have under your belt now?
Exactly. Yeah. That me being able to say that is slowly dwindling. And, in fact,
means nothing.
I had a coworker who was like, "Oh, like what have you watched?" And my actual answer was, "Whatever my friend who actually likes anime recommends." And usually he's right. I was like, I don't. If I go and find something on my own, it's usually kind of like okay, I guess. But like we usually watch things that I actually enjoy. So, but I kind of every once in a while like we'll like watch a show or something, and I'll get like invested in it, and I'll like it, and then I'll be like, oh, we gotta watch something else now, like. And I call them like my anime phase, where like it happens again. I'm like, oh well, I'm not really burnt out. You know? After watching Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I wanted a break because that was like a long show, and it was good.
40-something episodes.
I really liked it. It just took us a while to watch it, and I just kind of wanted a break. And then after watching Ghost in the Shell, I wanted a break because it didn't take us that long to watch Ghost in the Shell, but I just did. I
was it?
I was out.
It was the first season of Standalone Comedy.
Yes. Nice. And then after watching Freerun, I wanted more, but we were waiting for the other season to finish of
January of next year.
We were waiting for the other season of Delicious in Dungeon Mesh.
I don't know when they're gonna put out the next.
But at the
season,
time, you were like waiting a bit,
right?
So we've since watched Dungeon Meshi, and seriously up there with Freerun, like top 5 animes ever.
Fucking wonderful.
Right now, my the top 3 that I can say are like just effortlessly on the list.
They said that season 2 for Dungeon Meshi should come out either the end of this year or beginning of next year.
Oh, sweet.
So my top 3 that like I can say without a doubt, anime wise, are in no particular order. Though I will put Gurren Lagann at number 1.
That's
in no particular order, except the number 1 slot.
The king will not be questioned.
No.
What I'm saying is that I don't know which order happens for Dungeon Meshi and Freerun. I feel like depending on my mood, they might.
I just thought it was funny.
But then I thought about it again, and I was like, yeah.
There's no particular order except for one. There's a one.
There's one untouchable.
In no particular order other than the goat.
Yeah.
So
I won't choose favorites, but I do have a favorite.
I won't choose favorites, but Gurren Lagann's the best.
None can top it.
Tengen Toppa. Greatest Gurren Lagann there ever was.
She be Gurren on my Lagann. Dude, I did not realize how much I need to hear Donald Trump say Tengen Toppa until now. Tengen Toppa, Gurren Lagann, heaven-piercing Giga Drill.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
The biggest Giga Drill,
Some would say that my drill's going to pierce the heavens. They said it, not me.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! This is terrible. So we watched. Speaking of Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, we watched Kill la Kill. And since I was last on the podcast, we watched Kill la Kill. We watched Dungeon Meshi, and we started Somalia and the Forest Spirit. And have we done anything else? I think we did something else.
That's been about it so far.
I think that's it. Yeah. And Somalia and the Forest Spirit's an interesting one because like ages ago, like over a year ago for sure. Ages ago, me and Dylan were getting a watch list set up on my Crunchyroll because I got Crunchyrolls and I could start watching more shows because we'd watched enough things. I was like, it's worth it, whatever.
Right.
At least someone in the friend group will have it and we can watch it.
100%.
Right.
It will be utilized.
Yeah, and it has been. And so I got it, and he's like setting up a watch list of popular things and
I get all the
things we want to watch. He put at the time. I don't think we'd watch Freerun, so he put Freerun on there, or I put Freerun on there. But he was like, "Yeah, we'll watch it sometime."
Yeah,
and.
But then Dylan does what Dylan does, and he scrolled through and started adding all the top tier shit on there.
Yeah, so he had a bunch of things
and stuff he didn't know about.
He had to watch things that he's like, yeah, like we need to watch this one, watch that. Well, this one's good. Like, oh, trust me, we're gonna like this one. And we got to Smile in the Forest Spirit, and I remember him being like, oh, like actually I haven't seen this one, but I heard it was good.
Next to nothing about
and
it.
He was like, yeah, well, I'm gonna add this one. This one's good. I know it is, and but I haven't.
Be real with you, Chief. That had to have been you.
No, he was like, he was like, I heard this one's good. I remember you saying like I haven't seen it yet, but we'll add it. And I was like, sure, yeah, we're just out here adding things. Why not? Like to me, it was all the same.
Right.
Well, then years later, or at least a year later, we're going through my watch list, and I was like, yeah, you added this one, and he said, I have no idea what this is.
I don't. I've never seen it before.
And so I was like, well, everything in this watch list apart from Freedom was added by you. And he was like, no, I don't know what this is.
No, you got your own stuff in there.
And so I was like, well, we have to watch, because apparently neither of us have watched Somali and the Forest Spirit, and we don't know how it got on my watch list. Even though I recall you adding it, we have to watch it. So we started that too.
Right.
Bruh, I love how I walk in the living room as you guys were scrolling through the list like a day or so ago, and I look at it and he's got all these he's got all the bangers on there. He's like scrolling through the list like left to
Gun
right.
X Sword and
all
Gunbuster.
all the good shit. And I was like, holy shit! And I look, I was like, oh well, it says your watch list. Duh. At first I thought it was like a curated thing, and I was like, man, they got all the good shit on here. Oh, I was like, oh well.
They do though.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Crunchyroll has just about everything.
But I thought it was like a playlist or like a curated thing by Crunchyroll, like a must watch list.
Nah.
So that you're scrolling through like a
That's certified Dylan approval.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, you were scrolling through. And I was like, holy shit, look at all that good top tier stuff they got on there. I was like, oh well, okay. But yeah,
we need to take a picture of the watch list. Well, we're gonna have to add a few things because now we finished them; they got taken out. But still, we have to add a few things back.
Is there like a favorite list you can do?
Well, I mean, there is. There's a favorite list. There's a watch list, and
Yeah.
the only thing that's in my favorites, I think, is Freerun because I already watched it and I didn't want to leave the list. That's literally it. Even I don't think like other things I've watched are there. So. But we need to put everything back in the watch list and just take a picture of it and open a Patreon and be like, pay $5 and you get
what we watch next.
The Dylan approved. No, not that. Just you get the Dylan approved watch list. You pay $5.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's unanimous enough that most people are just gonna treat it like a given. I mean, I'll still get paid for it. Don't get me wrong. But
Pretend
shit.
like you have something that
I
people
mean,
don't
I
have.
feel bad.
If y'all are paying me $5, yeah, you should watch Gunbuster.
Supply and demand. And
Oh
right
wait,
now
I just
people
got
are
a Venmo. Yeah, you should watch Gunbuster. We got another Venmo. Gundam Seeds.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Stay
By the way,
away.
that one is in the watch list because he's like, we're gonna roast.
We're
this
gonna
one. We
hate
have to
watch it.
Yeah.
Bruh,
God.
Dylan and I started watching. I don't know if we talked about this in detail. We started watching Gundam 00.
No, we have not talked
Oh
about it
man,
yet.
this is a 2-season.
Woof.
This is a 2-season Gundam with is it what, a couple movies? OVAs?
With one movie.
One
yes.
movie. Okay.
They have compilation films
Okay.
as well, along the
But-
same vein as like
right.
0079. But
Okay.
with 00, I mean, it's better to just watch
Yeah.
the whole thing.
2
outright.
seasons and a movie as far as like full stuff. It's like you said, besides the compilation.
And, oh boy,
It's a really good show.
this one was fucking radical. But holy shit, the end of the first season.
It does what
My
anime does,
God.
and they like
And
blast through.
I can almost excuse it because of all the shit that's been built up and is like supposed to be going on right now.
Right, a little bit.
But even then, that doesn't keep it from feeling disjointed and fucking breakneck.
Yeah,
Like it is.
it's one of those things where like there's like an anime trope for not they don't all do it, but there's a handful of them where like it'll be like a 20, 22, 23 episode anime.
Right, that's the sweet spot.
That's the sweet spot. But I swear to all that is good in this world, the last 2 episodes, they'll just throw it all out. They'll kill everybody. They'll ruin the whole show. They'll take a hard left. And you're like, bro, what is happening?
I thought you guys were bringing we're pulling this to like a Gurren Lagann Kill a Kill thing where like you'll
Oh, no, we'll get there.
halfway
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
halfway through the show.
Yeah.
it goes from like do this to kill
Yes.
God.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We haven't finished it yet.
Oh, okay.
We finished
that's
the
what
first
that-
season, and that's it.
Don't spoil anything because holy shit, I don't know if I could take any.
Yeah. Well,
we finished the last 2 episodes of season 1, and I was like, I don't know where to go from here.
Right.
The show's done. The show's over. And I'm like, bro, we don't got nowhere else to
everyone's fucking dead.
Yeah. There's like a little reminiscent scene where it's like 4 years have passed. I'm like, 4
Right.
freaking years? What are you talking about? We're in a different world now.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I was
man.
like,
it's seeing how they come back from this is the main.
I-
Is supposed to be
you're-
the main hook
you're
of it.
right. But the
like I
problem
said,
is-
because of the shit that happened, I don't know
Yes.
if I'm willing to continue.
they killed off all my favorite characters.
Ian's
I'm like,
favorite character fucking dies, and from that
and they
point
did
on, he
him
was
dirty.
like, "I'm done."
They did
man.
him dirty. They killed him off first, and I was like, I don't know
Right.
if I want to continue.
Went out
And then
with
they
a
proceed to
fucking
kill.
bang, though.
They proceed to kill off everyone else that I thought was
Right.
kind of cool. I was like, bro, I don't know where else to go from here. But anyways, I'm sitting here like we had to like I'm not. I kid you not. We finished the episode, and I sat there for what 30, 45
Right,
minutes
yeah.
going.
Oh, we talked about it. Right.
What?
Yeah.
How? Why? No, it doesn't make any sense. And so Dylan was like, "You want to take a break from this one, champ?" And I was like,
Right.
"Yes, I do. Thank you very much."
Yep.
So we started watching Freerun.
The best reprieve I could think of.
And boy, we watched, what are we on, 6 episodes?
Right, we've gotten a decent chunk of the way through. They just met Stark, and he's been following them around for the past
Episode or 2, I think.
Right, yeah. But we haven't gotten any further than
Fearon's
that.
definitely like one of my favorites.
I think I want to say we made it to 6 episodes.
Mhm.
I think we've done 2 sessions of 3. I think,
Yeah.
and so far I'm loving it. It's a great show.
It's
I felt
fantastic.
that way about whenever I was playing Final Fantasy 16. And
yeah.
like early in the game, it's like 17 years later, and you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then later
We're
in
in
the
a different
game,
world now.
later in the game, it's like, and then 5 years passed, and you're like,
Right.
okay, if we keep jumping in time, there was a moment where like,
To be fair, those are the only 2 time skips in the whole game.
I know, but I'm just saying, I was like, damn, we're just
Right.
passing time
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's nothing.
God, I fucking love 16.
But there was a point where like I had a hard time with it because they finally addressed like how like I never thought about how much like I miss X and Y and this person or that person, and I was like, you mean to tell me in 5 years these two have been fighting together and doing this resistant thing and they never opened up to each other and never addressed their PTSD or their emotions in 5 years?
Yep.
I'm having a hard time suspending disbelief.
Yep.
Right.
It's a fun game. I have taken a break from it because I started Expedition 33. And-
Ooh.
oh man, it's so good. It's so good. There's definitely
I heard nothing but great things about it, but I do not own it myself.
to go back to. I won't spoil anything. It's just too good of a game. Apart from like I guess some of the jokes that I've told you guys. But,
Funny, regardless.
yeah.
One
So,
character.
Minoko is my favorite character.
He's the best.
He's so good. He's a perfectly created character.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so there's definitely a point in the game where going back to saying like Kill la Kill, Gurren Lagann, these shows that like
Which
start
one
off.
did we watch first? Do you remember?
We
Gurren
watched
Lagann.
Between Kill la Kill and Dungeon Meshi.
Oh,
Dungeon Meshi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we watched.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah. But yeah, between these shows that do that thing where like it starts off with a goal and then by the end of the show you're like the goal is entirely different. And
yeah.
there's definitely there's that point where like the goal starts off pretty big. Like the goal starts off pretty big in Kill la Kill, but very quickly that goal is accomplished. Or it's just out the window.
Yeah. Where do we go from here?
Same with Expedition 33. The goal starts off pretty big. Like it's a heavy goal. And by the end of the game, I'm like, wait a second. How did we get here? How did we get here? And like the ending of the game is insane.
Oh yeah.
And so I
love that. I just to kind of do a little side tangent, but to keep with that, I also love that like Punch Forever also kind of keeps that same theme of like, but we're already starting at like the nth degree.
Right.
I just love that like the Demon King or whatever as apparently a
fucking deadbeat dad.
just dead, yeah.
Right.
Anyway, sorry. Continue.
Punch Forever is great, by the way.
Hilarious.
So yeah, we watched Kill la Kill, and it did the same thing at the beginning of the show. And I remember saying this, I was like, okay, cool. So the goal here, and the goal is it takes, man, so much happens at a breakneck speed in Kill la Kill.
I gotta
It
find
takes,
out who killed
like,
my dad.
It takes like 3 episodes, like 3 full episodes of like people kick each other's asses and like just shit happening until you finally get the first goal of the show. Like 3 episodes of just breakneck, like write all this down, right?
Yeah.
And like after the 3rd episode, it's finally like I need to figure out who killed my dad, and I think the person who leads the school knows, so I'm gonna beat her up. And that becomes, and you finally get it. And I was like,
Right. They hint at it with like I had to find whoever has the other half of this scissor blade. And this bitch fucking recognized it, so now she's my main target.
It keeps you interested for 3 episodes, but
Right.
still, after 3 episodes, you don't get a final like declared like goal.
Right.
And so
the next
just
quest.
shit keeps happening left and right, and nobody has like. It seems like there's vaguely a reason for it, and you finally get a goal. And I was like, I'm calling it. I remember sitting down with Dylan watching the show. I was like, I'm calling it. After like halfway through the show, we're gonna like figure that part out, but then we're gonna upgrade. Because these guys made Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. So by the time of the halfway point of the show, it's gonna go from Tengen Toppa. It's gonna go from beat up this girl because she has the scissor to kill God. And then I remember at one point I made a joke about something right as the show was getting to that point. And I remember your reaction because it was so funny. Because normally Dylan is really good about not spoiling things. Normally he's really good about just watch it and find out. But then I said because she like used her, like she didn't have a piece of the glove, and so she doesn't.
Yeah.
I was like, no, this is the part where she says, I don't need the clothes, I am the clothes. And Dylan said, fuck. I thought it was so funny. I remember I was like apparently, and of course that character, spoiler warning for the show, that character is like also made of the life fibers and is basically
infused from birth with life fibers.
I thought it was so funny that he was like, dude,
like,
how? You got it so quickly. And I was like, it was maybe a little bit Gurren Lagann. Like they've got it down.
Yeah.
It was really good though.
Such a good
I
show,
probably
man.
have more to say about Dungeon Mesh and how much I loved it than Kill la Kill, but it was a wild ride. I really
think
enjoyed
my
it.
absolute favorite aspect, Ethan can probably guess who I'm about to talk about, but motherfucking Ira Gamagori is
What a name.
what I could only describe as a man with the physique of a juiced gorilla.
Dude, he's huge, and
His only size in any scene is bigger than you.
yeah,
And it's my fucking favorite. He's the best fucking character in that whole damn show.
his BDSM shirt's kind of weird though.
Right. His shackle regalia.
Yeah, it's cool,
Right.
but it's
We
definitely
just make
like,
use of these fucking masochistic tendencies.
Yeah, right. I got no else to do with him. And like the moments where he's like, "Please punish me," I'm like, "Dude, please stop. Dude.
No,
You're too big for all that." Like, yeah, he is cool though. He is. There's a few characters that I like. The guy who is the guy who every time he just takes his clothes off. And there's a
I don't like this at
There's
all.
a sparkle censoring him everywhere.
Right.
Or like
Miki Sugi.
yeah, and like he'll like
The leader of an organization called Nudist Beach.
Nudist beach, yeah. And he'll like peer into a frame and he'll have two sparkles censoring his nipples. And I'm like, dude, and he's the only guy. Like other dude characters, it's just dude nipple. No way.
Right.
But he's the only
He's
guy who
the
has,
exception.
He has sparkles. Dude, he's so
It's
and
hilarious.
the other nudist who has like the gun, he's cool too with the
Dude,
freaking mohawk.
Yes.
He's badass.
Fucking radical.
This is crazy.
There's just is he looking up?
I'm looking at different characters.
He's looking at pictures like, what are they watching? Is this prawn?
I looked up the shackle regalia. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
don't like that
Hey,
at
yo,
all.
yeah, I'll admit the what's it called? The mouthpiece.
The
gag,
fucking
the
ball
ball
gag.
gag.
The ball gag.
I was like, the shackle regalia looks cool. Is that a ball gag? Oh man, it's
Dude, and it only looks cooler like as they upgrade it.
yeah. I like
My
that he just
God.
shatters the ball gag at one point. He's like,
Stop.
He fucking bites that shit
Yeah.
and breaks it.
When sub becomes dom.
yeah, it was either way, yeah, really good, really good show. You gotta watch it. I'm sure I didn't just sell you on it
Right.
talking about ball
You can
gags.
forgo the eccentricities because on its own, it's still a really good
To be
show.
fair, yeah, like Gurren Lagann has a lot of similar things too.
I
There's
love,
so many
I
titty
love the
scenes
first.
and,
Dude, I was gonna say, I
fan
love
service.
the first few episodes that you guys have watched. You were like, "Yeah, I don't know about this, Chief," because you were like, you told him. I think Dylan had said like, "Oh, it's not that bad" or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know about that."
yeah, the fan service in Gurren Lagann was great. Oh, also,
Right.
you mean in Kill la Kill?
Kill la kill. Yeah,
okay. The first few episodes I
Right.
was.
If you
I-
can handle Yoko, you can handle anything in Kill la Kill.
You're right. No, you're right. But also, there were it's much more clearly about like people getting their clothes ripped off, and I was like, yeah, I don't know about this one. too.
Yeah.
After again, like the first few episodes again, where like so much is happening and there's no like
Right.
defined goal. It's just people kicking each other's asses out of school, and then but when they get their ass kicked, they're naked because they lose their clothes
Right.
powers. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know about this one, Chief. I'm gonna be honest, but then it picks up and gets a goal, and it's good. I like it.
Yeah, it definitely is a bit suggestive.
Fucking decapitation mode for the
yeah.
scissor blade.
Yeah, dude, honestly, yeah, there's a lot of things that are sick, but also like it is a lot of fan service. in
It's
a good
definitely
way.
not something I would tout as
What's-
like something I've watched to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
general
it's not-
public.
I'm okay with telling people like, yeah, Gurren Lagann's the best anime ever. I'm okay with saying that, and then episode 2 or 1 having absolute fan service level titties because
Right.
it's like, yeah, but the show's good. Okay,
Yeah.
there's a fan service character, of course, but the show's good. This one, it's a little bit tougher. I'll be honest.
Right.
Kill la Kill's great, but also like it's a little bit tougher
can't
to
help
sell
but
that.
love it, man.
Yeah.
It's the only exception to like egregious fucking fan service I'll ever make.
Yeah, and I like that there's that one character who like, what's her name again? My favorite character. My favorite character.
Mako.
Yeah, Mako. That's it. Mako is the best person
Motherfucking
ever.
Manko Mankanshoku.
She is so funny. She's the,
The
perfect
greatest character.
And legitimate, there are so many scenes in this show where you're like, there's so much going on, and you're like, I don't even know. And then Mako, I shit you not, I wish I was joking.
The Hallelujah monologues are the
there will
best
be,
part.
The lights will turn off and a spotlight will hit Mako, and she will do a dance and explain what's going on.
Right.
And it is so funny where she's like, what do you mean? It's because you are the clothes. We're all friends. And she's like, we'll be like, she'll like pretend to be a character and will like change and will like be in a bathtub randomly. Like it's just so funny. And she's the best character ever.
A visual flashbang.
Yeah. She's like the only character that doesn't really have that many nude scenes because she's modest. Favorite character ever. she's like it's like whenever everyone talks about how the main character is like you just like
an
showing
exhibitionist.
Yeah, and she's like I'm not. Clothes just look like
Right.
that. So funny.
I didn't design the fucking outfit. All right.
Yeah, I love, but her dad did, which is weird. Still, her dad designed that fit for her, and it's like, and I guarantee you, she'll have nice titties by the time she's old enough to wear this. Like what?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's not how that works.
Absolutely.
So back
not.
to Delicious in Dungeon.
Oh man.
Yeah, legitimately so good.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like peak anime. I loved it so much. It's on par with Frieren, which is saying a lot. I'm gonna rapidly change subjects because there's. Kill la Kill is just a lot. You have to to understand like why I can't figure out where to start and finish with it. There's
I mean, you still liked it, though.
No,
right?
I did. No, I did.
Okay.
What I'm saying is the reason why I can't continue talking about it is because like I don't even know.
Right.
So much happens. You just have to watch it yourself.
Yeah, the fucking naturals selection.
Yeah.
I've also never seen
Dude,
Kill la Kill.
no. It was the Naturals election.
Yeah.
But it's the Naturals election. I loved that so
Right.
much that I was like,
Funny
this
little
wasn't
play on
made by
words.
people who speak English, but they made the Naturals election perfect.
Yeah.
I loved it. That was good. And like I said, I do like the ending, and I like how everything goes. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
Although I'm trying to remember exactly how it ended. Where like I know they killed the big bad person.
Right. They.
I've never seen
fucking
it.
Raggio.
I've
We'll,
never-
yeah.
I've never seen
that
Kill la
one's
Kill.
still on the watch list for
Yeah.
you, so we'll hold off on as many like
Buckle up.
spoilers.
In that case, we'll stop. I'm trying to remember exactly. I know that they killed the big bad evil guy, but I'm trying to remember what happened with clothing wise and school wise and like where things go from there. But if we're not trying to spoil, then we can stop there.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is that much closure either.
Right.
I just know.
No,
that-
there is.
I just I'm trying to remember exactly because it has been a little bit since we watched it. But still,
Is it just a one season show, Kill la Kill, or is it
Right,
like
yeah.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Another one of those
It's,
20 something episodes.
yeah, exactly. It's about as long as Gurren Lagann. Same thing. 12 episodes in, you're like, okay, we're getting to the big part
Right.
now. Yeah. But yeah, Dungeon Meshi was amazing. From the first episode in, I immediately knew I was going to love this one so much. The story is really similar from episode 1. So like again, a lot happens, but this one was nice because it was compared to Kill la Kill, it's like 3 episodes of like what was happening.
Right.
The goal is instantly defined. Instantly defined. You know what you're doing, and you know
cut establishment.
exactly, very well established. You know why they're doing it. You know what's happening. You know why the show's called what it's called, and why they're doing it. With legitimately, I feel comfortable saying with zero spoilers, like what happens in the first episode, which is why I like the show.
Yeah.
Right. It's like they are going with a friend to fight a dragon, and that friend's like, get out of the dungeon, uses magic to get them all out, but she gets eaten by the dragon. So now we're trying to find the main character's sister because she's eaten by the dragon, and we want to be quick because she might actually get digested.
Right.
And the goal is because the way people die in the dungeon is different than outside the dungeon, so you can be revived in the dungeon. Your soul is like chained to your body or some shit.
Right.
So we need to get there before it gets digested because there's no way to bring someone back at that point. But they're broke as shit. The reason why they died to the dragon was because they hadn't been eating enough in the dungeon. They were deeper than anybody else had ever really gotten. You find out a little bit later on that like nobody really gets that deep in the dungeon, but it took them forever to get there because they had like no more food. So the reason why they died is because they were all weak and eepy, and that's why they couldn't kill the dragon.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, we're broke. And the main character guy is like, Laos, yeah. He's like, I'm going to go back in there whether you guys are following me or not because I have a responsibility to save my sister.
Right.
And they're like, how are you going to eat? And he's like, feck, I don't know.
I'll just eat the monster.
And so then they're like, well, the one girl is like, I'm going to join too because
Right, Marcio.
Marcio, she's like, yeah, I'm going to join
The
too
elf.
because I get knife ears.
Hey,
She's a
watch
half
it.
elf. All right.
She's a wood. So she's like, I'm gonna join too because I was close with your sister. And
Right.
then the Hobbit, half man,
Chilchuck.
Chilchuck. I was trying to remember everyone's names. Yeah, Chilchuck is like, yeah, well,
half-wood.
yeah. He's like, I'm not. The reason why he joined was like, yeah, well, I mean, like, I'm part of the party and like I'm paid
Right.
to be here, so I feel like I have an
I
unfinished
don't want to
job.
give up on the job halfway.
Exactly.
through.
It's like it's like part of a job. He eventually kind of opens up that he does like the party and he's cool and he's a bro. So but at the time he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna leave a job. I'm finished. He's a cool guy. So they all agree and he's like, wow, thanks guys. We're all gonna go together. And they go in there and he's like, Laos is like, we'll eat the monsters.
Right.
And
Laos catches a scorpion, tries to cook it with the exoskeleton still on.
well,
Marcel almost fucking
they
dies
catch,
from a slime.
they catch the mushroom guy first.
Right.
The little mushroom.
Yeah.
And he's like, wait, we got a mushroom. See,
Here we go.
we're already good. We'll eat the monsters. Marcel is avidly against it, but also doesn't want to starve. Which
Laos
is funny.
has a fucking cookbook that he keeps in his chest plate.
you find
He just
out-
pulls it out from his fucking collar.
You find out so early in the show that apparently Laos is like
Obsessed.
he's like I will eat these monsters to save my sister.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't care. He will do it. And you're like, wow, what a Chad.
That's
And then as soon as he gets the chance to eat a monster, he's like, yeah. Also, I've been wanting to do this my entire life. he's like,
I've been waiting for an opportunity.
I've been looking for a reason for people to not look at me like I'm weird for eating monsters, but I
Right.
swear they're edible.
Oh, so this is not a necessity. You've been wanting.
Right.
Well, no, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not a necessity, but he's
Well,
also
no,
been
no,
wanting
I
this.
know, but again,
Yeah.
you make it seem like at first like I'll do whatever
I'm doing
I have
this because
to do.
I have to.
Yeah.
But
It's
deep
like, really,
down,
I've
no,
been
this is your
wanting to do
kink.
this for-
Yeah, but also,
Yeah,
joke's
yeah,
on you.
yeah.
He's into this shit. However, everyone else is doing it out of necessity, and I do
Yes.
think it's funny that even though it's kind of silly and it shouldn't be this way, I think it's funny that Marcel sticks to her guns and is always grossed out about eating
Right.
monsters, even though every single
She
time
always pitches
the-
a fit.
the
and
dwarf-
is like, no way.
what's the dwarf's name?
Senshi.
Senshi. Oh my
This
god.
motherfucker stumbles upon them
So-
trying to cook
wait,
the scorpion.
Before we even get to that, every time at this point she's known that Senshi, who joins the party in 2 seconds.
Yes.
At this point, she knows that everything he cooks in a monster is always good, and she's still like, I can't eat that.
Right.
Oh man, that's gonna be gross. I'm eating Griffin or whatever the fuck, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
at some point, you would just be like, I mean, since she cooked it, right? So
Right.
I mean, hey.
right, at
knows
some
what he's
point,
doing.
but I think it's funny that she sticks to her guns and is like it's still a monster. And the whole show, whole show, it's like every episode or two, she's like, ugh, and then eats a bite. And she's like, oh, every time.
This is
Like,
fantastic.
"I see." Yeah, every
Yeah,
time,
yeah, yeah.
every time.
Right.
And I think it is funny, but also it's even funnier whenever like something is vaguely human like, and she's like, nope, you know what? I'm drawing the
I
line
draw
there.
that.
No
That
humanoids.
has to be the cutoff.
No humanoids. And then later on, he's like, look, I cooked this. And she's like, where'd you get it from? And he's like, I got it from the humanoids. he's like, we weren't going to eat the humanoids, but I got it from their hair.
Damn.
So, but yeah, they are trying to do it. So they get to like the first like entry level of the dungeon, which is like a village basically.
Right. Yeah.
And they're going to try and cook some things, and he doesn't do a great job with it. And Sinchi notices them and is like, if you're going to cook that one, you're going to want to cut that part off first.
Right.
And he's
give you a
like,
hand.
step aside, and then cooks it, and they love the dish. And they're like, well, how are we going to make noodles? And he's like, oh, slimes. You just dry the noodles in this little contraption I made. And you find out that this dude has just been living in the dungeon and he eats monsters.
Right. For
And
God
he's-
knows how many years.
him and Laos both have the same kink, eating monsters.
Right.
And so that's literally like the first 10 minutes of the first episode. All that happens,
Nice.
and the goal is defined. The person who's going to help them cook is defined, and you slowly learn more about the characters and why Senshi lives there. Why has he been cooking monsters this whole time?
Right.
You don't find that out because they don't really ask that many questions about each other. There's like this
Yeah.
like trust they develop trust for each other. Everyone thinks that Laos is weird and is like kind of creepy, but also like he's just too nice for his own good. But everyone loves him. He's the best character ever.
Hey.
Yeah, no, Senshi and Marcel are like the best characters.
Yeah.
I love them.
You guys
so
keep
much.
Nah,
this-
I'll see that and I'll raise you Izutsumi.
Oh, the cat girl.
Mhm.
I
She's
mean, I
my
don't.
fucking favorite next
I
to
don't-
the fucking Oni girl.
I don't know. Okay, the Oni girl's kind of cool. She's the those characters that are like the trope of like a really big strong character's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
The Oni girl is just a character who's really really big but just is really dumb.
Super sweet.
And but she's so nice. Everyone loves her, but everyone's like, you're just kind of dumb. And she eats so much. She eats
course.
so much
As
because
a
she's a
big
huge
character.
Oni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I do like her. Is it to me? I don't dislike. Like I like her character. I don't like her any
You guys
more.
keep this going while I get something else to drink.
Yeah, sure.
Ian going to get more Guinness.
No, I'm getting something
Motherfucker,
to
I need a
I'm
drink
gonna
for this.
share a little
Get
bit.
it. Guinness, not a sponsor, but please. So yeah, less. So yeah, so I don't dislike Izumi. I do like her as a character, but like she joins in
had
late.
to grow on me.
She did.
a little bit.
She joins in late, which I think is fine. I think it's actually kind of cool that they had a party member join in late. That way, it never feels too tiring in the show that like you have the same group of characters, which I don't think it would feel tiring anyway, right?
Right.
People watch like Lord of the Rings, right?
Yeah.
And like that's the same.
Right, the fellowship.
Same
Yeah.
fellowship doesn't change, but it's nice that like. Since she joins the group and you're like, oh, cool, they got another person. And you meet other people from the previous group.
Right.
And then they come and go.
I was a
And
really
then-
big fan of the orcs too.
Yeah. And the orcs to actually become like sort of allies as well. And I like that you see, who was it? It's just before Zutsume though. There was another person I'm trying to think of that I legitimately just lost. Still, you see like more people coming and going, and eventually she sticks around.
Right.
And I do like that, but also like it does take a while for her to grow on you because like at first she's like kind of a bitch.
Yeah,
and
at
I think
first
that for
whenever I was
me,
watching
she
the
has
show, I was like, oh man, how long is she going to be with us? And then I watched the next episode. She's in the fucking intro now, so I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Yeah. I do.
She's a main party
I like
member
that
now.
that she's in the intro immediately, and you're like, oh, she's here to stay. And I do like her character and how she opens up to the party, and I do like overall, but she hasn't had that much screen time for me to be like, that attached.
Dude.
So I'm hoping next season, you get to see a bit more of her, and she can grow on me a bit more because everyone else. Oh, I know. I was thinking, yeah, obviously his sister, Laos' sister.
Oh yeah, Fallen.
Yeah, Fallen. I completely. Yeah, so she comes back for like an episode before she like has to leave again or whatever, and that's cool. Like the party expands, but then like she's gone again. Like I love it. I love the give and take.
She's this ditzy airhead who's like super gifted with magic.
And is also super just, she shares Laos's passion. And is like, oh, you guys have been eating monsters? That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Like, everyone
She's
else thinks.
immediately on board, yeah.
Everyone thinks it's weird except for, sorry, Dylan got distracted by whatever this is. Everyone thinks it's weird except for Laos and his sister and Sinchi. Everyone's like, eating monsters is weird, but then Laos is like, I want to do it. And his sister shows up and she's like, you guys have been eating monsters? That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it so
Holy
much.
shit.
So
Ian, what is this?
well, yeah, we're going to pass it this way.
Yeah, pass it that
Holy
way.
shit.
We're going to we're pass the blunt over here.
No.
So
Dream
this is
blunt rotation.
It's such a yeah, we are somebody's dream blunt rotation for sure.
That's an average glass.
I know.
Every time you
God.
Every time I come over and see Ian's wine glasses, I think they're huge because you could low-key fit like an entire bottle of wine in this bitch.
No, you cannot.
You could.
No,
Give
you
me a
cannot.
bottle. Let's go get a bottle right now. You can fit. This is this is easily like 600 milliliters. This can fit. And obviously, you don't fill up a wine glass to the brim because that's a lot of wine anyway. But this one's big. As I was saying,
I have standard red wine glasses, and every time I'm like, this is an average wine glass, and he goes, holy shit, it's huge. And I'm like, okay.
Standard for orc people who are 8 foot tall.
For the boys.
Yeah, right. Yeah, standard for me because I have a I'm joking.
So that is there's a brand that that I've had in the past, and they have a framboise, which is a raspberry lambic beer, and I want to say that they're called Lindemans, I think is the brand, and they have an assortment pack.
Oh, so you just opened up one of the bottles and okay,
yeah,
cool.
So a lot of
He
times
actually walked all the way to the store and bought that. And
they
That was
have
fucking fast.
They have a peach one, and it's
It's so good.
There was framboise is the raspberry one. This one is pêche.
Yeah.
Hola.
I'm thinking that one might be my favorite.
That one's good. It reminds me of it's really peachy and I like it, but it reminds me of in Scotland I had a beer for our Scottish audience.
Yeah.
Which actually, now that I think about it, I have whenever I was in Scotland, I gave this podcast link
There's
to
probably
friends. So
someone
there
in
are at
Scotland.
least
Yeah,
like two people. That
Anybody
probably,
out here listening from Scotland, shout out to
well,
you
this
guys.
is a reference to the people in Scotland who I've put on this podcast who put me on the beer.
There you go.
There was some beer called Peach Melba.
Okay.
It was so good. Like me and Kate went to the bar and we would get peach melba. We both got hooked. And the problem is like we can't find it back home.
No, of course
right?
not.
So we got hooked on peach melba in Scotland, and now there's like you can't. This
Again,
kind of reminds me of that.
Anytime we go to our Renaissance festival in like our local state, they have the raspberry one, the framboise. There and it's always my favorite because the raspberry one's very tart. I think it's because of what lambic beer is. It's like I think they take the fruit and they do something special with it. So I think it technically is a beer, but I think it's something. It's very sour. It's a very sour beer, I think.
Yeah.
But anyways, and I think it's from Belgium.
I believe so.
I think it's from Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium.
Anyways, regardless, it's great. I love it, and I've had the peach one in a foreign county to ours. I've had the raspberry one. That's why I opened this because I know what it's like, and I want you guys to try it some. But the ones that I haven't tried is they also have like a cherry one that we have in the fridge.
Extra one for the peach that I was able to have.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah, that was some good stuff.
But that's what this is. The one that I haven't tried yet is the cherry one that we have, and there's an apple one.
Ooh,
and the apple one,
gotta let me try that apple one, dude.
I'm scared to let you try the apple one because I'm pretty sure you're gonna.
That
Yeah, I do love it. But anyway, sorry.
I'm pouring the apple one.
So so cheers.
So
So
we were talking about how Fallen had the same
Yeah, I thought it was
proclivities to monster
amusing
food.
that as soon as she comes back and she was like, "How'd you guys make it here without any money to get food?" He's like, "Oh, we ate the monsters." And Marcial's like, "Yeah, we had to do what we had to do." And Fallon's like, "Hell yeah, which
No
ones did
way.
you guys eat?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"Well, we ate that one."
It's like,
Turns out,
don't worry, I wrote it down.
yeah, and he's like, "Turns out the living armor, you can eat that." And she's like, "You ate metal?" And like he's like, "No, the reason why the
Right.
living armor is living is
a
because
bunch of mollusks.
there's mollusks that are making it work like joints." And like nobody's really able to.
Super fucking cool,
And I think
by
it's
the way.
no, not only do I think that's cool, but I think it's funny that because Laos is weird, because he's a freaking weirdo,
Plus, he's freaking weird.
because he's a weirdo, nobody else could kill living armor because it's just enchanted armor. And then
Right.
he's like, "No, it's actually mollusk. When you get all of them out there, it's just armor."
Right.
And so they were the only
Made a
ones.
fucking discovery.
Because he's a weirdo who thinks he can eat armor, he was right, and he kept one in his sword. That's the point.
right.
So, yeah, man, I love it. And obviously, as the show continues on, they eat more monsters and they explore more, and you get to know the characters more. I think that the writing is fantastic. I think that the characters are like realistic and all have unique personalities, and they do things that don't make sense, but then you learn more about them. And you're like, oh, okay, that's why they act like this. I think that part of like writing and characters is just really good. It's it's the kind of shit that like, yeah, they play on some tropes and they do some like funny anime things, but they do really good as like a show. This, if this was
it's one of the standouts.
if this was a like live, which would be hard, kind of hard at least. If this was like a live action show, it would still be better than most modern media, right?
Damn.
Like, and that's what I'm saying is you're
right.
like
If they follow it to the letter.
well, what I'm saying is, if this was instead of being anime, like if the people who make everything the same, they just made it live action and the animation wasn't dog shit, because they would have to like CGI like the monsters and shit.
Of
for some
course,
reason.
yeah.
But like if this was
if the budget was right, yeah.
if it was feasible for this to be a live action show with production value like the Harry Potter, because Harry Potter's a bunch of random like scary monsters and shit, and does pretty good. So if it was that, this would still be better than most modern writing, like almost all of modern writing, if you ask me, just because it's just the way it is, and it's like. People who think of anime think of like a lot more like cringe stuff,
Right?
Generally,
Stereotypical.
Yeah, exactly. Which is because a lot of anime is like that. But then you
Fan
find things like this where it's like, no, this is just like really
Some gourmet
so
shit.
much happened. Yeah, exactly.
Bruh.
And,
I'm excited to watch that show.
Yeah, it's
Because the two that I've heard about that you've hyped up a whole bunch was Freerun and Delicious in Dungeon.
Yeah.
Those are the two that I think you've hyped up a lot. That I'm like, okay, if Ethan touts these is really really good, I want to give it a shot. And you're right. So far, Freerun has been amazing.
I liked Freerun because it scratched a perfect itch for me. It was a
course.
good niche.
Yeah.
I'd been wanting a like somewhat medieval D&D theme, like magic and monsters anime that wasn't too isekai and cringe and fan service.
Yeah.
I wanted one that was like took itself kind of seriously.
Yeah.
And I'd been watching a lot of like futuristic and different things with Dylan, and so I was like, I'd really been wanting to
Have you
watch.
shown him Record of Lodos War?
Not yet.
No, that's on our watch list.
You gotta watch that one. That's a good one too.
Yeah. So is that actually? Did you see that on the watch list? I remember I was putting it there, but is it still there? I don't think I scrolled past it recently.
It may
check.
have been on
The
at one
character.
point,
I
I'm
love
not
like
sure.
like in the
If you guys watched it on my Crunchyroll, then that might be why it's not there.
No.
Still,
I've got the Blu-ray for it.
yeah.
either way,
The-
I'll put it on the watch list.
Yeah. That one, the kind of like the fun fact of that was like the characters, like the archetype of the characters were specifically made because at the time
rap sheets from Wizardry.
Yeah. Well, like, and also from like from Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Like it was like they loved the kind of class system thing, and they started making characters for it. That's really fun.
And so I really liked the sort of D&D-esque like amusing things, and there's the perfect amount of like comedic timing and comic
awesome.
relief to very
I love the
serious
fucking snap zooms to certain like frames of characters' faces.
Yeah, there's a really good amount of comedic timing and comedic relief and like funny things that happen in a show that otherwise has a really like serious message about like about all sorts of things, about aging, about PTSD, about your life.
I feel the same way about Freerun a little bit so far.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Freerun.
I thought you
Yeah.
about Dun-
No,
yeah,
I'm talking
Dungeon.
about Freerun, where it's like I love. So
Yes.
the reason why I talked about
Yes.
Freerun so much because I only just recently started talking about Dungeon Mesh because I only just started watching it. But in Freerun, like I like that there's these serious, very early on about like people who have died and like people who regret things, and then like the priest who was like everyone talks about he's a
Corrupt priest.
He wanted to kick his alcoholism to the curb and start raising a kid and do better. So he became an actually really good priest, which is funny because most people thought he was good anyway because he was still a priest that helped kill the demon king.
Right.
So everyone thought he was good anyway, and he's like, I felt like a fraud. There's just so much depth.
Redemption.
Yeah, and there's so much depth to everything. And then there's also like the fact that Freeren's like just like is weird because of how long she's lived and is basically just autistic and like does not understand. And like I say that not which is it's
where
true.
your fucking grimoires at?
Right? Yeah. Give me your grimoires.
I don't need money.
Hey, you guys got any more grimoires? But yeah,
I just want a spell that carves rocks.
Exactly. And she loves humans, and so she's
I want a
collecting.
potion that melts clothes.
Yeah, exactly. She just because she thought that boys would like that kind of thing. Hilarious, by the way.
Yes.
So it's like she collects grimoires because humans have a small lifespan, and she wants to collect them because even if they're silly spells, she wants to be able to. She lives. I love all of these details.
Yes.
But then I particularly enjoy the way that she is written as a character, not just because they have a way of excusing that she's weird because she lives for a long time. Maybe all elves are kind of weird. Maybe she's just a weird one because of the shit she's been through.
Right.
But I like it because even though like I can call her autistic as a joke, there's also a lot of very normal autistic tendencies that she has. And the biggest one is she just doesn't understand other people's like social cues and emotions.
Yeah.
And I really like that that's just
the whole time
that
factor.
everyone I just like that everyone accepts that about her and is like, yeah, like it's a weird thing, but like you'll get to know her, and
she's working on it.
This was her way of saying that she's thanking you, even though she didn't. She said it really emotionless. She gave you this thing, and because she thought to give that to you, that's a really big deal for her. And I love that the way she's written is this way that like some people are different than you, and you have to understand that for some people, them just giving you a little thing is a really big sign of thanks to them.
Yeah.
Right.
I love everything down to the little details of how she's written, how everyone's written.
Yeah.
It's
great.
so
Whenever
good.
she gives Fern that fucking hairpin, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god, dude.
Right?
It's
And
just
like
some
when
dessert on that fucking nice seaside restaurant. They're overlooking
that
the fucking
dude,
valley.
Yeah.
that broke my heart a little bit.
when she's looking for the ring in that episode, right? And it's like, well, it's okay. These things happen. Everyone's like, no, that was like a big deal for you. It's like, dude, it's the connection of all the characters on top of all the funny things. Like every time Freerin sees a chest, she's like, I bet there's a grimoire in there. And then she always, literally, she's lived for like thousands of years, and she
Mimics
always
are a
falls for
fucking
mimics.
weakness.
Yep.
And everyone's like, how do you get out of them? Oh, well, I get out of them because I can just blow them up from the inside. Well, why do you always ask us for help?
Because
Well,
that's a messy way of doing it.
It's simple
and
because then I have to fix my hair and it's gross and it's just so I just want people to help me because it's gross. It's so funny.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I love that.
The funny thing is, I like it to kind of tie in another show that's also, or another, I guess it's a show technically, that's also in this same vein. I was doing as you do when I was flirting with my local barista, as any good patron of a coffee shop should do. As a former barista, I can say that. We were talking about anime and things like that and all kinds of fun stuff like that. And she brought up, I talked about how we were watching Freerin, the first few episodes of it. And she was like, oh, if you like that, you should really watch Violet Evergarden. And then when she said it, I broke down. I was like, oh, my heart.
Literally never heard of it.
Oh, bro, when I tell you, we just recently finished up watching all of it for the podcast for this show. And it was definitely in that same vein like you're talking about how people develop differently, how how their emotions are different, how they perceive things different, how some gestures are big for people, all that stuff. And again, a lot of other heavier things as well. So anyways, it's just
it's something that I really like because whenever
it's beautiful. It's great, but it's also so sad.
Oh yeah.
Whenever people think of like anime, it goes to a lot more like fan service things, and that's not to say that these shows don't have their own like Gurren Lagann or something.
Yes.
All the main
don't have their own sort of like thing of fan service to be funny, but because they do it ironically, they can still have these really, really good deep stories about. In the case of my broken record, talk about time Gurren Lagann, talk about overcoming and living another day and just trying to be better.
My
and
gosh.
you don't have to believe in yourself, believe in the believes in you, all these huge deep things that I will literally never forget. Right. and then have helped me get through really
Joining
tough
with
times.
yesterday's enemies to secure tomorrow's future.
Dude,
Bruh.
insane. And like all of these things, and it doesn't help that I watched the show at a time, which I think I talked about this on the podcast, but I watched it at a time in my life when I had like nearly died recently. And so like it was a big thing for me, right? And so I will never forget that. And even though there's like a shit ton of like goofy fan service things in there, Freerin does the same thing for me. Where it's like there is still funny fan service things. She always falls for it, and like, but there's a reason why like memes about Freerin, everyone loves her as a character because there's just so much to love. She's so well done as a character.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I wish that modern writing for anything else was as good as Dungeon Meshi and Freerin.
Dude, I remember seeing a meme where it's that one scene in the first Iron Man movie where his fucking like vice president of the company or some shit is talking to this one scientist dude, and he fucking yells like, "Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps." And it's talking about Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's like, a Japanese farm girl wrote this,
dude,
in the countryside.
We watched all of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I didn't know that.
Right.
And so I saw that meme and was like, wait, really? And I Googled it. And I learned that an absolutely amazing, it was written by a Japanese farm girl in the countryside. Like, what?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I watching Freerin like just gave me this like, man, I just wish that like writing was like this, where we could actually convey like a meaning. And there's so much that happens with the characters that like I guarantee you the writers did not necessarily anticipate people taking some of the meaning that they did from the show, from the writing, because they were like, this is what the characters would do. And but that's just the thing. That's the thing. When you have characters that have personalities and you're like, this is what these characters would do in this situation, right? Anybody else who finds themselves in a situation with similar personalities can take huge meaning from the most simple interaction in the show.
For anyone who has their Aftermath bingo card, I'm going to bring up something that we have been talking about over the course of the past few episodes of this show is characters that
Ethan mentioned
feel...
Gurren Lagann, take a shot.
Is characters that feel real. I've been using that term a lot for a lot of these animes we're talking about because they feel like real people. They feel very grounded. They feel very real. And again, they make decisions that feel very real.
Something I like in Expedition 33 as well.
Yeah,
it's like all these characters have like personalities and like crack jokes and how they like
natural.
They have very natural interactions to the point where like the video I showed you where like where Minoko and them are cutting each other off like, yeah, it will be dangerous. Yeah, no, I'm in. Yeah, no, good. Right? It felt funny.
I won't follow you.
Yeah.
Right.
But there'll be a lot of fighting.
There will be a lot of fighting. Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. No, you're in. I'm in. Yeah. And it felt like legitimately that scene played at like 2:00 in the morning in my room alone, and I audibly started laughing because I was like, what a flashbang of characters who know each other well, and you can tell each other well. So like it still. So whenever characters that feel real, like everybody in Freerin and Dungeon Meshi feels real. Yeah. And for a moment, everyone, and they love to do it in Dungeon Meshi, I think a little bit more. Every once in a while, you're like, this doesn't feel as real. Yeah. But then that exact episode, you learn some about the character and why they did that, and you're like, God dang it, it's real.
Holy shit, it all makes sense.
Exactly. And so like you learn why they did this thing that didn't seem realistic, and you're like, no, it's like a past trauma thing. You wouldn't get it. Right. Like I
just
love
like real people. People have weird tendencies, and you're like, why would you do that? And you're like, oh, okay, because you're traumatized.
It's just so good. And so for me, like Freerin was like that because it was it scratched like a perfect itch that I wanted of like magic and medieval things, and like I wanted an overpowered wizard kind of anime. Like whatever, why not? Yeah, you know. I thought it was really cool. I like that she's, likes to collect just very early on in the show, her collecting different spells and grimoires just for like the hell of it was a big hook for me. I think it's just a fun idea of a character that like, yeah, sure.
Doesn't even have to be anything extravagant. It could just be
why do you do
the
this?
most
it's my hobby.
Yeah, it's a hobby. Yeah, and like there is a deeper reason, but she just wouldn't tell people that at first. So she's just her hobby. And like
again, I'm only 6 episodes in, so I don't know that. So it's just a hobby for right now.
Oh, in that case, well, I guess I kind of already spoiled that thing because I did mention the whole lifespan thing.
The only kind of elaboration she says about it early on is that I do this because an idiot once praised the spells I cast.
Yeah.
And that was about it.
But I thought at some point it did come up that she like lives forever. Basically, she lives for a long time. Yeah, and she's like, I collect the spells because I don't want people to forget them otherwise. That'd be sad. It'd be a shame if these spells got forgotten. And it's like, again, such an offhanded comment, but it was big to me.
Yeah.
Which, if like talking about this conversation might not have been big to anybody else, but I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, sure, there's the story of her trying to go back to the Demon King's castle or whatever.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool. But even if it was just like her doing random shit and collecting grimoires
still watch
and
it.
trying to clean, and that's legitimately for like 6 episodes, that's pretty much what's happening, right? You're like, she's going around saying goodbye to people that she like knew back in her story, just like trying to clean up some messes that happened, and they send her off on like, even if they just send her off on silly quests, like whenever the reason why Stark joins the party, where he's like, I want you to.
Right, there's a red dragon that was terrorizing this village.
And it's like,
Dude, the blue flower thing was that got me, dude. That was like,
Yeah, man.
oh my god.
elaborate. What's the blue flower thing? Did I miss something?
It was when they cleaned up the
One of
Himmel
Himmel's
the hero
statues.
statues
Oh,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and she's like,
and she uses the spell that he loved.
she was like, I want
Flower from
to.
my hometown.
That's
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
That's her favorite spell. That spell comes back, I think.
Oh,
and
yeah,
she like
well.
talks about why it's her favorite.
But the
I
thing
love
is,
that,
like,
yeah.
but the thing is, like, she was like, we can't recreate the flowers unless like we're able to find them, and she was like, of course, and the whole anyway, it's just the whole symbolism of
Yes,
like
you know
Fern with the squirrel who's like taking the nut, or,
Yeah, no,
Seed
what
rats.
yeah, seed rats,
yeah.
just freaking seed rats. I was like, hell yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
that spell, like I said, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
reason why Frieren likes that spell is because it's from her hometown. It's a flower spell, and even she admits like this is a spell that has like no real use. But like Flamma liked this spell because she liked flowers, and it was like the first one that I like remembered.
Yeah.
And so I love that spell. But like
One of the fucking standouts for me in that entire series is whenever she takes Fern with her to go and take care of Qual, one of the Demon King's
that was so badass, dude.
because that motherfucker
bruh.
not only has my favorite design
Hell yeah.
in the whole show,
Super cool.
just this
But
big
she
ass
sticks
fucking,
the child on it to kick his ass.
right. Yeah.
She's like, Fern, kill him.
Right, she's been training with her,
Kill
like,
that man.
whipping her into shape, like getting her defensive
Yeah.
magic like down pat. And as soon as he like throws out Zoltrak,
He's
the
like,
fucking,
I'm going to
yeah,
Soul
yeah.
Trek. And
Right.
nothing happens.
yeah, she puts up the shield
Basic
and he's
barrier.
like, that's interesting. It's able to
Yeah.
negate the effects of it entirely. It's like, man, that's just basic defense
Yeah,
magic.
yeah.
You
And he's like, what? And then
and then he gets fucking
and then gets
obliterated.
blown away. Yeah.
Bro, I love when like the juke where she's up in the sky and
Yeah,
dude,
dude.
when that happened, I was like, holy shit.
There in that
I
in
know,
the
I
show.
know,
There's
I know, I
so
know.
much of that
I
kind of
know.
shit where I'm like, it's also that like again, it's not just writing because there's also like really good fight choreography. There are moments where the camera pans and Frieren's there floating in the sky with a wand like Frieren blast.
right.
Dude, you're like,
The,
hell
the,
yeah, dude.
the Frieren blast memes are so good. Also the low tier god, you should kill yourself. now
Oh,
memes are
man.
so
I
good,
can't
dude.
wait. I haven't seen that
Oh
scene, but
my
I can't
God.
wait for it when she says, "Kill yourself."
Right, man.
You
I
should
can't
kill
wait.
yourself
Gonna
now.
be so good.
Because we just said that a dozen times, we're gonna get
Oh,
demonetized
man.
for sure. If this
Nah,
is
definitely not.
Wait, no, like
No,
seriously.
we had Kobe on the show and he said suicide and we're fine. So
Right.
it's okay.
Why am I not surprised that you guys had Kobe on? And he,
Yes.
that
Yeah,
also
yeah.
happened.
What did he say that in context with?
Oh man, I
Who
can't
knows?
even remember.
He said something's going to be released and everyone's going to kill themselves.
The ending for one of the I think it was Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no, for sure. No, I
He's
get
like,
that.
he's
now I
like,
get it.
he's like something's happening and everyone's going to commit suicide. And I was like, holy shit, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
Oh man, yeah. So
It was the fact that like things were gonna. It's all the friends made along the way.
Right. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Motherfucking One Piece.
we were
the
talking about
One
One
Piece
Piece.
is the
I
friends
will
milling the way.
fucking end
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
if that's all it is.
Hasn't somebody already said that that's not going to be the case? Like the creator or something.
I hope.
He said,
Fingers fucking crossed.
The
dude.
One Piece is the friends we made along the way.
dude.
As
Honestly,
much
though,
as I love these characters, that ain't enough.
yeah, I gotta be honest. if this stopped 300 episodes ago, maybe. All right, but not anymore. We're in too
300,
deep.
more like 600.
Yeah.
Right.
It's what 1,200 now.
Yeah.
1,200 episodes.
Somewhere in that
Yeah,
ballpark.
in that case,
yeah.
but so but yeah, it's like with Frieren, yeah, like the choreography of the fight scenes
Yes.
and all the cool things that happen. I love it. Dungeon Meshi's a lot more toned down than that,
Right.
and it still has a lot of dungeon
It
things,
has its moments.
a lot of really cool fight scenes and stuff. And I don't think that. I think it's proof that a show can get by with really good writing if it doesn't have some of the. And by the way, it still does have some really cool, crazy fight scenes and
Of
shit.
course.
But like, Frieren has like amazing magic and fight scenes and world building and all this really
yeah.
cool things. And Dungeon Meshi, even if it didn't have that, I would still watch the "We're gonna eat food in the dungeon to save our friend."
Yes.
It just happens to also have the fight scenes,
The writing and some of the community time
and
in
it's
it.
like,
Yeah.
so it has all these other things, and like. Frieren, and that's why that for me, like I can't pick which one I like more because both of them are like only one season, and if that was the entire show, I'd probably still call it my favorite.
Oh, right.
Like legitimately, I'm happy that
It's
Free
just
Run's going to
that
have a
good.
season 2. I'm happy that Dungeon Meshi's going to have a season 2. And there's a whole book, a written series that I legitimately, if season 2 gets me hooked, I might just read all of Dungeon Meshi.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this before, but if a show has hooked me like enough,
Yeah.
there have been multiple examples where once I'm finished with the current like animated adaptation
Yeah.
of it, I will immediately go online and read the shit to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
end. I did the same thing for Dorohedoro,
Oh, yes.
Dungeon Meshi, and fucking Bleach.
Oh, yeah,
Bleach,
definitely.
yeah. Which I think, by the way, Bleach might be what we start watching.
Right.
next, because I mentioned that I watched a bunch of it with Eric, and I was like,
Yeah,
we'd have to
dude.
restart
There
from
was
like
a
the
fucking
beginning.
moment in Somali where this one witch like
Oh,
scatters
yeah.
a bunch of petals, and I was immediately like, "Senbon."
She threw a bunch of petals, and he said Simazakura, and I said Bunch. Yeah,
And I was
and he
like,
was
"Man,
like,
we should
"Dude,
watch
watch Bleach." And
Oh,
I was
man.
like, "Yeah, no, we should." He's like, "You
I
want
was
to watch
like, "Yay!"
Do you want to watch the new part, or do you want to watch like the original?" And I was like, "We'd have to rewatch the original. It's been
Yeah.
forever since I saw
How
it."
many different, like, how long is Bleach?
So I'm going to stick exclusively to the filler outline that people have made online for it. We're going to skip all the filler. We're just going to get the major story
Yeah,
beats,
yeah.
and that's it.
And then we'll watch the 1,000-Year Blood War.
Right.
But has that been a
yeah.
show? Like, has there been multiple seasons, or has it been
Yeah,
like?
there
has
was like 6 seasons or something.
or
Eric
is it
had or
is it like
something.
is it like Naruto, where there's like a Shippuden element? There's like a different like spin-off series that continues it, because I know
It's-
1,000 Year Blood War is kind of like that.
Right.
Yeah.
The 1,000-Year Blood War would be like the Shippuden equivalent.
Okay.
Bleach on its own is still going to be like hundreds of episodes,
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
like even with the filler cut out. But
Nice. Of
Yeah.
course.
Eric had like the first like 6
I know.
seasons or
I
something.
trust me.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so
he watched a whole
Right.
bunch of it.
yeah, and I watched the first few seasons with him. However long
of
that
course,
was.
me
It was
same.
like 2 or 3 seasons.
I
worth
think
that
I
watched
sat
or some
in
shit.
with the first few episodes.
yeah, I just can't wait to see the fucking first fight with Kenpachi again.
Dude, yeah, it was a pretty solid show. I really did enjoy it. So I'm actually kind of stoked if that's what we end up watching next.
Hell yeah.
Which also, I mean, I guess you did mention that you watched, you read Dorohedoro. We could start that too.
Oh my god.
Aren't they
I
releasing
fucking
a
love
second season?
Yes, it's been
There's only
greenlit for
one
a second season.
Okay.
If they don't have a second season yet, we'll just go to Bleach because I would like to. I'm already like.
Are you sure? Because
I'm-
Dorohedoro is
it's long.
shorter.
Oh, never mind. The reason why I'm saying it is because
Definitely shorter.
Well, no, okay.
Yeah, it's
But
not
the
saying much compared
the
to
reason
the
why
fucking
I'm
Bleach
thinking-
whole
me
things.
thinks One Piece.
Oh god.
the reason
No, we've talked about that before.
no, I know.
This
I
motherfucker
joke.
wants to start One Piece. I'm like,
I
bro.
joked. I
it's,
joked
it's
about
not
it.
really my thing. I've like
Yes.
there's
it's
just a few reasons
one of
why
my
it's not.
favorites.
But still, I was saying the reason why is because I'm already waiting in anticipation for season 2 of like Free Run, season 2 of, and I will drop watching a longer show like Bleach for a while to watch season 2 of Free Run or watch season 2 of Dungeon Meshi.
Yeah.
So like, I think that we should just start Bleach.
In
and
the
then,
meantime, we
and
could-
and
we
then
could tackle
hopefully
Bleach.
season 2 of Dorohedoro is out by the time we finish it. That way we just get on a longer form show.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool because we've been kind of blowing through shows. So
Oh, yeah.
we'll just pick a longer one and go slow with it.
Well, right now for
Nice
me,
little
we have
mainstay.
to.
And because I've seen bits of Bleach already, it'll be much more of a just drink beer, chill out, and watch the show,
yeah.
and just remember a time that I watched it with Eric. You know?
I need to finish Free Run with you.
Yes.
Oh God,
Is there-
set in for that. Sorry.
00.
Right. We got the second season of 00
Yeah.
and the movie, and then that'll
Right.
be it for that one.
And then the rest of Free Run. And then is there anything else we're currently watching? Oh, I always forget G Gundam.
Yes.
We haven't. We got like maybe a third of the way,
Man.
halfway through.
Yeah.
Or probably a third of the way through, I think, of that show.
It was just before Domon starts his training arc in the Guyana Highlands.
We'll finish that show so bad.
No, man, it's so good.
Oh, yeah.
We can't. We can't finish it right now because of the very legal wink wink services we were using to get the show.
This
It's
has not been
working.
cooperative.
And then it's not. It's not streaming anywhere, right?
It's on Crunchyroll, but it's only in Japanese.
Oh, I
They
see.
don't have the dub for it,
The dub is
which is
definitely
criminal.
The dub
dub
is
is
definitely
hilarious.
full.
Absolutely disgraceful that they don't have the dub. I
Someone-
can't. That's the only way I can watch that fucking show.
It's hilarious.
It's the best.
It's so funny.
so good. Motherfucking Mark Gatha will forever be in my Hall of Fame of voice actors.
It's so bad, it's good. Well, and I don't even want to say that. It's great, but it definitely has its moments where like this is cringe.
It's the most
in
like
best way.
genuine, like stilted performances I can think of.
Definitely.
They're somehow able to pull it off.
It's great.
It's magic.
It's 100%.
Here I go.
Yeah.
Shining fingers. The fucking best, man.
of mine
Glows with an awesome power. Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory.
Dude, it's so
It never fails to get you hyped.
Bro, when I tell you that like sometimes
School of the undefeated
Defeated on the east.
Winds of the king.
dude, when I tell you that like the Japanese language is a very poetic and hilarious language, and when you directly translate it like that, it gets to be hilarious when you think of it in context in the very barbaric English language. I feel like that is a perfect example of that. Like of that.
Yeah, they don't actually standardize or localize it. He just says those words.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
talks like
This
that.
hand of mine.
And you're like, bro. And you're like, no, I'm listening.
Yeah.
No, wait, he's monologuing.
Yeah, holy shit.
It's
Super mode.
yeah. Oh my god. Not until I activate my super mode.
What is the
Shuffle Alliance.
Do the Shuffle Alliance.
Dude, that's the fucking best.
I love that.
Oh, man.
It's hilarious.
Well, anyways,
It's definitely really good, and I enjoyed watching that show. A lot.
yeah.
we've got a bunch of shows to finish up and a lot more to talk about, but I think that'll be it for this episode.
Well, I want to talk about before we end the episode.
What you got?
Dungeon Meshi is in English called Delicious in Dungeon, and I want to talk about how much I hate that translation. It's so dumb. The ending of like every episode or every other episode, Shinji is like, and then they like ate the food. Dungeon Meshi, and he says it, and it translates to like dungeon food. So
Right.
the direct translation said from Dungeon Meshi, which is what it's called in Japanese. The show is called Dungeon Meshi, is translated in context in the lines in the show, in the end of every episode almost, to dungeon food. Why is it translated to delicious? It's cringe.
Dude,
just
I'll be
translate to
honest
dungeon
with you.
food.
because they do that. They localize all
I
kinds
know,
of stuff.
but it's
I
just
will
a bad
take that.
localization.
I'll take that over whatever the
That time I was
fuck.
reincarnated as a slave.
Yes!
Oh,
Whatever
my-
bullshit ass long titles they've been putting out for every show that I've seen.
No, what I'm saying is
I can't stand them.
I agree. But what I guess what I'm saying is like we also got off the back of Kill la Kill with that as well.
Yes.
And I was like, Kill la Kill is translated to like dress to kill essentially, which makes way more sense because it's a show about clothes.
Yes.
Right. And I was like, these localizations are not as bad as the really long ones.
Right.
But the problem with the long titles is they're just as long like in Japanese
Right,
too.
it's the name of
The
the
whole
fucking
point-
like, light novels or some shit that they've made for them.
Apparently the reason why is because there's so much like manga anime there that you have to really like wax poetic about your title, otherwise people won't read it if it's not the
Right.
specific niche they want. There's a reason, but whatever. My
stupid.
point is that the localization is even in the smaller titles still kind of bad, right? Dungeon Food would make more sense for Dungeon Meshi.
It's the same
And-
thing. We've made this joke time and time again ad nauseum when we watch a Godzilla film and we watch the localized titles and it's always
Dude.
something hilarious.
Oh my god!
We'll watch. There's a handful I can't think of.
right, fighting in Starfield,
Fighting in Starfield.
War of the Gargantuas.
Bruh, when it comes to like a
God.
Godzilla film, it's literally Godzilla versus blank. Insert
Right.
whoever monster here,
Yeah.
and you'll watch like the German localized title is Fighting in Starfield.
Right,
You're
King
like,
Kong
why?
or Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein's monsters.
Whatever weird ass.
Germany
Yeah.
loves putting the term Frankenstein
over a
inside any
lot of the
Godzilla
old
film.
like Showa era Godzilla films. It's insane.
I also liked
Frankenstein's
in
monsters.
Dungeon Meshi the whoa hey scene that's memed in English where she like rips her shirt. She's like whoa hey. I love that scene, but unfortunately that scene's only really good like in English.
Yeah.
Every other scene, like every other translation, and I watched a video that was all the translations, like French and shit, right?
Damn.
All the translations, all of them are her being like, "Hey" or whatever in the equivalent language, but the voice actors' power, the actual repulsion of like, "Whoa, hey!" is only that good in English.
I don't know what scene you're talking about, but I want to see it.
Yeah,
we'll get
well,
there.
yeah, well, I mean, it's, there's like no spoilers that can really happen, but
Yeah.
It's still, I can show it to you. It is so
I'm-
funny. I saw the scene before I saw the show. When it
Okay.
came up and I watched the show in English, I was like, we watched the show in Japanese.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but the English translation I think is good, and I think that Freeren's better in Japanese too. Just saying.
That's what we're watching. Then.
Yeah, I'm not a big. I showed Dylan a meme a while back. Like I wasn't really a big sub guy.
Yeah.
Then I've talked about this on the podcast. I watched a few dubs and I was like, this is terrible. I saw a meme a while back where it's like they're like two guys in an office from some other show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like what English localization's like, and it's so funny.
horrendous.
It's like I get now watching that little meme video the perfect description of why I'm now a sub girly, I guess.
It depends for me. It all depends on the cast.
There have been good dubs.
It depends. It depends on the cast list.
Right.
There's a couple again with a certain few select voice actors in the roster. I'm like, I'm definitely a dub guy.
Right.
But
I can only watch Cowboy Bebop.
I mean, 100%. Cowboy Bebop, Big O.
Right.
Come on, like there's once you get our main man in there.
Oh yeah, Steve Bloom.
Steve Bloom.
I think that
hands down.
Cowboy Bebop was good dubbed. I think that Gurren Lagann was good dubbed for different reasons. Mobile Fighter G Gundam is for its own reasons. Is a good. And I've heard a lot of people say that that the Freerun dub is really good.
Right.
I just don't want to. I don't want to watch it because I prefer.
Right.
The sub feels natural for the show, and I'm now at a point where I'm one of these converts where I'm now a sub guy.
Congratulations.
And I feel like from what I've seen of the Dungeon Meshi in English, I think that would probably be a good sub too. But I just watch it in Japanese.
We have to add Ghost Stories to the list. Best dub anime.
Chase has to be present for that one. That motherfucker has
joke.
been dying to watch
a joke.
Ghost Stories.
Oh,
with
really?
us.
We have to watch the daily lives of high school boys. Apparently,
When I
That one has
tell
to
you
be
that
Chase.
apparently Ghost Stories is touted as one of the worst dubbed animes ever.
Oh, yeah.
Literally ever.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know what the high school boys one is. That scares me. I
Well,
don't
no,
know.
that's just something that Dylan said I had to watch.
Right.
with
Me
him
and Chase have watched that one before. It's fucking hilarious.
So,
Really? Okay.
Apparently, I had to watch it with him. But Ghost Stories, I have heard that's like the shitty. I want to watch that dub so bad. 'Cause
I've never watched a Golden Boy, and I've heard Golden Boy is hilarious.
Right. Me and Ethan can attest to
I gotta
that
be
one.
honest. You know that one anime that everyone mentions, and they're like, "Oh, you should watch this anime," and it's like you shouldn't watch that one. They're always just joking with you. I feel like Golden Boy was. I liked Golden Boy. I've talked on the podcast before. I liked Golden Boy, but also everyone who was like, "You should watch Golden Boy," I think they were messing with me because I've now watched Golden Boy, and I was like, "Why did you want me to watch discount porn?" Why did you guys want
What is this softcore shit?
Yeah, exactly. And some parts aren't even softcore.
Right. Just straight up.
Yep.
Oh man.
It is funny though. It's good.
That's interesting. Well, anyways, like I said before, we have a whole bunch of shows to watch, and I'm really excited for how this is all gonna pan out because I do want to. One of these days we probably need to. I know there's a couple of movies we need to watch with you, Ethan.
I've still got a few set aside that I've been saving for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The original Blade Runner.
Yep.
We still
Training
need to
Day.
We still need to rewatch that and put that back on tape. Cause
Yeah.
How long?
Lost episode.
How long has it been? 7 years.
We should. When we finally do that, though, that's the day we get a Patreon. You have to pay for the lost episode. You have to pay for the lost episode.
Oh,
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Man.
Jeez.
When we finally find the lost episode, you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's only going to be on vinyl. You have to order the vinyl.
Jesus Christ.
I love that. A little mini
man.
vinyl.
Yeah,
You got to get
Hell
a
yeah.
phonograph for it.
Sorry,
Bruh.
I don't make the rules. I just sell the vinyl.
I just sell them.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, you guys know how to get in touch with us. We have comment sections on Spotify and on YouTube.
Yep.
If you would like to, I would really recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Type in @Hindsight Studios, and you can find the podcast there. You can subscribe, like this episode if you're on there. Leave us a comment. Excuse me, and a burp.
Yeah, you guys know how to get in touch with us.
You
You,
know.
first have
And-
to sacrifice
and
your
I-
neighbor's dog.
Oh my God.
then,
No, hold
in
on,
the blood.
Hold on. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. You're getting.
Me.
You're
Dogdied.com.
we're getting there. We're getting there. I want you to leave a heckle in the comments for Ethan. I want you to shame him into doing About Nothing podcast. Let's do it, guys. Shame him.
Joke's
Nothing
on you.
podcast, About Nothing
Shackle
podcast.
regalia. I'm into that.
Oh shit! Never mind.
And
Stay
that
the fuck away from him. I retract all my statements. But anyways, yes, as Ethan
Sacrifice the
was,
neighbor's dog.
as Ethan was saying as well, pour out a cold beer into a glass, and
fine brew.
as you look into the head and whisper
see a
sweet
picture of my
nothings
face.
into it, the podcast will show up in there.
Yeah, a link to the podcast.
Yeah.
Written in the blood of the neighbor's dog that you sacrificed.
Yeah.
Not my beer, man.
Not again.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you also have an old MP3 player from 2005, specifically 20 years ago, and you
20 years
and you
ago,
boot-
kill me.
and you boot it up, you scroll all the way down to the bottom of your playlist. The podcast is right there.
I've
Only the current episode. Though.
Yeah, you don't
Only
get
the
the
current
old ones. Yeah, you have to pay extra for that. 2013. I've paid off the government, so that all the chemtrails in the sky are now going to have the link to the podcast.
Oh hell yeah!
So
Thanks.
yeah, now it comes free with your cancer.
That's a big ask, and I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
No
yeah,
chemo.
I did. Yeah, me and the ATF,
Yes,
we're
right.
cool like that. So I
Jesus.
know some people.
And
They
until-
did shoot my dog.
I'm going to kill Ethan after this episode.
Well, that's fine. DoesTheDogDie.com?
Yes.
Yeah.
And until
haven't used that
next
website in a
time,
while.
thank you so
See ya.
much for listening.
Orf.
Bye bye. Bye.
Good.
I miss you.
Okay, that was creepy.